Hi, my name is Matthew Coleman. I am the managing partner for VI Capital Lending. VI Capital Lending operates on two premises. One, we don't oversell, underproduce, and we operate on core values. So VI stands for Vision It. So we're putting together a series of videos to be able to really establish the value we can show our clients in education and, of course, funding a deal. So the first thing that is very important is finding a deal and then understanding and establishing that it is a deal, right? So let's look at it real quick. Sorry about my amazing handwriting, but we'll get through it. Find a deal. That is what we're here to do, right? So one of the biggest things is a comparable. We have to establish value. So with establishing value, you can go on Zillow, you can look at your MLS, you could talk to agents, but you want to pick an area and then find a deal in that area. So the first thing we're looking at is, we call them comps, right? If you're in the game, if you're not in the game, you know what comps are. All right. We're going to use a little example. Whatever area we use, whether we love to be in Grant Park, right? But right now, a good area might be here in the Atlanta area, would be Pittsburgh, right? So we'll establish, for conversation's sake, there's going to be three things you're going to be able to establish. One is you're going to have to know the square footage, which is comparable to another one with the same square footage. You're going to want to know the bathrooms, how many bathrooms they have, comparable, and then also the bedrooms, right? And another caveat you want to establish is like build. Whether it's granite, whether it's Formica, you want to make sure it's comparable amenities that you have inside the house. So we'll start off with a 2-1. We'll say in a specific area that they're going for $250,000. Nice area. Then we're going to use a 3-2. We're going to say those are going to go for 300, right? And then we're going to say a 4-2. So now you've done a little due diligence. We'll say those go for 350, right? And these are going to be what you're looking for. These are going to be the houses that you want to sell. This is the after you're done with it. And we'll talk about after repair values when we get into fix and flip product later. So we're going to use a round number of 300. Anytime you're going to look at a property, you know the area. You've looked at an area, you know the numbers, you kind of know what stuff's going for in that area, and you find a property. Whenever you find a property, not only with lenders like myself and all lenders, there's going to be a certain amount of value or percentage that you can spend. So example would be the highest amount of value will be 70% of the value. That's going to include your purchase price as well as your rehab. So if we look at 300,000, and the most we're going to be able to spend is 70% of 300,000, which we know, which we've done a little foresight, right, is $210,000. So you've got $210K to work with, okay? And let's make that look a little more pretty. So we've got $210K to work with. So that's going to include your purchase price as well as your rehab. So if we're in an area and we find a house, it doesn't look too bad, but its grass is growing up, the gutters don't look well taken care of, that might be a house that we could potentially put under contract, or if we've researched and found one. Say we find a property for $150,000, okay? Now we know that we have $210,000 to work with. That being the case, if we're spending $150 to buy it, that leaves us $60,000 for what? For rehab. So what that's going to say is, kind of in conclusion here, a real short video to let you understand. Your purchase price, your comps is what the comparables are. That's what you're going to sell your property for. If you take 70% of that comp, that's going to be how much money you have to spend. Simple. Now, what you want to do, obviously, is you want to find a property that is not too bad, depending on how long of the project or how much profit, but you also want to take into account that amount, take that from how much you have to work with. That's going to give you a clear budget. So when you go in and look at the property, you're proactive, you're accountable, you're progressive, and you'll be able to look at that and get a good deal. So our next video is going to go into breaking down how do you get the loan for that deal. So Go over this a couple times. If you have any questions, please go to our website. You can contact us there at www.vicapitallending.com. That's V as in Victor, I as in Indigo. Capital, CAPITALLENDING. VI Capital Lending. We want to get you with the right loan. Check us out. Look forward to seeing you at the next video.